Hello everyone, I am Arslan Tanveer. Today I am going to explain how we can write a good research proposal for the master's and PhD admissions. Research proposal is a very important thing that uh, describe your study, that describe your research interest in a good way. So you are watching the Research Stream channel. I am welcome you to the Research Stream channel, and you can like and subscribe for the channel to get the updated videos. So we are going to start the main contents of the research proposal. Basically, research proposal is a very important thing. So while we are going for a topic finalization for some of the research proposal, there are some key questions that must be in our mind. So we are going to plan for some of the research proposal. So first question is, what is the contribution to the knowledge in your field of study? It means that we while we are writing a research proposal, it is very necessary that we have some contribution in the research, that we write some research paper, we write some proposal, it have some knowledge contribution in the scientific society. So anything that is not contributing to the scientific research or the field of knowledge is not fruitful. So we can have a work that is acknowledged by the knowledge or any scientific society. Also, it is very important that our work is novel. It means that it has not the we should have to perform such a work that is not performed in the previous research. So our work should be some sort of novel work. Also, we have some theoretical framework for our study. It means that there is a logical connection of the variables. There are some variables. Also, we have some hypotheses and some research questions. And these hypotheses and research questions must be some important research questions. And while we are going to final some of the research topic, it must be some sort of novel idea. It must be some sort of some trending variables that attract the attention of the reader, that attract the attention of the reviewers, so that anyone who listens to your presentation or who watch your research proposal must get an attention and interested in your research work. Also, a very important question is about the data collection. If you have some sort of idea in your mind, some research gap, some novel research gap, then there must be a data collection process. So we must know about where to collect the data. Either it is a primary data, it is a secondary data, or we can collect these data from some website, or we can collect the data from interviews by using some questionnaires. So data collection is a very important phase, because when we plan to make some research proposal, we have a lot of topics in our mind, lot of research gaps in our mind that are pertaining in our daily life, but we cannot portray every idea into the research papers. So data collection is important. After that, when we have a plan that we can make data availability, then we must have in our mind that what appropriate methodology is required for analyzing the data. Either we should have to use some econometric techniques, some management related techniques, some computer softwares, which things are appropriate for analyzing the data. So all these things must be in our mind. And what are the expected results of our study? If these results provide some sort of novel contribution, or uh, some good contribution in the field of the research, then our results will be accepted. Otherwise, some usual results are not accepted in the research proposal. Also, we can write a proposal that can be performed in future, that can be performed for the thesis work for our attainment of the degree. So while we are writing a research proposal, there must be a link of topics, like if we submit a proposal in the present time, that must be the topic of our research thesis in the future. After that, I am not, I have given you a brief background of the research proposal, that what questions we should take in our mind while we are writing a research proposal. So I am going toward the components of the research proposal. Basically, the research proposal should be consisted of the 4 basic topics. The first is the abstract summary. The number second is the introduction. Number third is the literature review. Number 4 is the proposed methodology, and number 5 will be the references. So I can now explain each component of the research proposal one by one. Suppose, anyway, before starting, I have some important things that I propose to you, that some important question that I should mention here, so that you have a clear idea of the research proposal. Like, all the research proposal should be written in the future tense. In a research proposal section, all the things describing what you plan to do, modal verbs like will, maybe, we can do this, we will make this contribution, we can do this contribution, such sort of future tense can be used to explain your research proposal, because that work is not done yet, so we should explain it in the future tense. Also, we should have in the mind the key points of the proposal, that what is your question, why is your study important, how are you going to do it. So these are the important questions that you should address in the research proposal, so that it become attractive. Basically, before getting started, I can give you some idea that how can we start the ideas. Basically, this thing is related to finding a research gap, how to create ideas in your mind. So you can watch my another video that I have done in the past about the research gaps. How can you find a research gap? So here you can see that if there is some problem, what is our goal to solve this problem? We can read a lot of research, a lot of literature review to find out these sort of answers. How where there is a problem, there is a solution. So firstly, we will explain the problem, that what is the problem, why are we doing the research. After that, we will have a solution of that problem. So we can also explain here that what will be the procedure, what will be the data to reach out these problems. So basically, the research proposal consists of the basic 3 chapters. The first chapter will be introduction, the second chapter will be literature review, and the third chapter will be the research methodology. Basically, we can start from the introduction, but I can explain here that your research proposal should be consist of 4 to 5 pages, or maximum 6 to 7 pages, because most of the universities just want to check that the candidate is have a good knowledge of research and all these things, but providing a research proposal that consists of so many pages, so it is not good. It is not a good reputation. So you should have a concise research proposal that gives a good idea about your research. So first of all, you will write down the introduction. Introduction is based on some of the following components, like background of your knowledge. It should have a clear problem statement, that what is your problem. You can explain your problem with the help of the prior literary studies. You can take the help of the some published reports. Also, your introduction must include some integrated research questions that are related with your variables, some research objectives Also, an important factor is the gap of the research or your novelty. That why are you going to conduct the research? You should have some prior literary references that in the past what work has been done. So you should mention these work. Also, you should mention the research citations here so that your novelty or your contribution gap of the research should be clear. After that, you should mention some research contributions, like our research contribute to the research in many ways, like our research contributes to examine the this factors. Previous work is done on these factors. Suppose that if a previous research is done on the overall energy sector, now you can work on the different other sectors of the energy, like different sectors can be targeted for evaluating some of the problem. After that, you can mention some of the significance of the research, that why is your research important, how can it signified for the society, for the environment, for the social society of the public society. So you should mention the importance of the research in the different fields, for the organization, for the firms, in every area that you are performing the research. The other and second and the other important factor is the literature review. Basically, literature review is the review about the past work that is done on your topic. So first of all, you should have to identify the variables, that what are the variables of my study. Then you can develop a relationship of the variables from the previous researches. You can compare the relationship of the variables in a sense that your dependent is one by one explained with the help of the independent variables. If your dependent variables is organizational performance and your independent variable is financial resources or government expenditures and all many variables, so you can one by one you can explain the dependent variable with the independent variable. After writing a literature review, you should provide a literature summary, that after reading this literature review, we have provided a literature summary that gives a gap, that there is need to conduct this research, or we have studied a lot of research papers, but there is a gap, so we are going to contribute this gap. Also, the literature review must be written in the international context, like you should mention some studies that are in the international level, like the literature review should discuss the developed nation studies, developing nation, emerging economy studies, so it will be a good literature review. After that, the third and the last chapter for the literature review is the research methodology. In the research methodology section, the first and the important thing is the conceptual framework. Basically, the conceptual framework is the relationship of the variables, that what is the dependent variable, what is the independent variable. So you should explain this conceptual framework in both the graphical way and in the English paragraph. So you can explain the relationship of the variables with the help of the prior literary studies that are conducted in the past, that you have selected a dependent variable and independent variable. Is that there is a relationship among these variable or not? So you can give the reference of the prior studies, that these studies have also used such variables. Also, you can explain the population of the study, that what population you are going to target for the purpose of the data collection. Suppose if you are going to calculate the performance of the some organization, you that the population of the employees of that organization will be the population of your study. After that, the sample size should be clear. There are different statistical formulas for the sample size. What is the sampling technique? Either you are going the convenient sampling technique, probability sampling technique, non-probability sampling techniques. After that, the data collection methods. What are the data collection methods? Either you are going for the qualitative research, you are going for the quantitative research. These things are very important, and these headings must be available in a good research proposal that gives a clear idea about the research proposal. What are the measurement constructs? It means that the questions of your research, either you are going to adopt these questions or you are going to adapt these questions, these variables. So these are the important factors. If we are going to adopt the constructs, it means that there are some constructs that are already published in the prior literature and we are going to adopt. But for the case of adapt, we are going to create some new questions. And in the last, we are going to operationalization of the variables. What is the dependent variable? What is independent variable? What is the moderator of our study? What is the mediator of our study? So all these things will give you a clear idea about a good research proposal. I think this video is quite helpful for you, and you can get good ideas from this video. If you have some of any question, you can mention in the below. Okay, thank you, and join the Research Stream channel.